Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I style my pixie cut. So yeah, now that it's like, I guess long enough, I could consider it a pixie cut. I'm going to call it a pixie cut. And this is how I style my pixie cut. So I'm going to show you two different ways. One is my like super quick, every morning, minimal product way of styling it. And then the second will be like pretty much the same style, but if you want to have it a little more clean or have it a little more proper, if you're going out for an event or something like that, that is how I will style it the second way. So I guess the pros of me having short hair means I get to go through every single hairstyle until I get back to my long hair, which is actually kind of cool. I get to try out lots of things that I probably never would have tried out otherwise. But I think that the key to liking a hairstyle is actually knowing how to style your hair with that hairstyle. So if you have a really cool haircut, but you don't know how to work with it to make it work for you, you're not gonna like it. However, if you do like it, you find a way to style it that you enjoy, it's not so bad. You love it. I actually have really gotten used to this hair now that I've been wearing it for a while. Now that I've like figured out how to style it the way that I like to style it, I actually kind of dig the pixie cut. Anyways, here are my two ways to style a pixie cut. Hairstyle number one is my easy go-to hairstyle. I do this every single morning, and when I only have 5 minutes to do my hair, which is every single morning before work, this is what I do. It's super quick, it's super easy. You only really need one product, but my number one tip for styling a pixie cut is to get regular trims. Now I know that people say when you're growing your hair out, just let it grow, just tough it out through the awkward phase, but I really think that if you don't like the hairstyle that you're wearing, if you don't feel confident, feel good, well, then you're not gonna like the way you look, and that has a huge impact on how you are every single day. And I know that has a huge impact on me. If I don't feel good, then I'm not myself. So for me, it's really important that I get trims. I've gotten 2 trims since I started growing my hair out. I just get the sides and the back evened out, like that's it. So just to make sure that the mullet in the back's not coming in and that the hair over top of my ears here isn't growing on top of my ears. That's all I do, and I feel like that helps so much in styling a pixie cut. Okay, so my hair is wet now, and this is literally just out of the shower. I just washed it. I haven't put anything on it yet, but first things first, before I ever style my hair, I always make sure that I'm using a heat protectant. The one that I'm going to be using today is by Ouai Hair Care. It is their leave-in conditioner. Use a leave-in conditioner. Make sure you're protecting your hair. You want to grow out healthy and strong hair. You don't want brittle split ends, so make sure you're using a heat protectant. So how I apply heat protectant to my hair is super simple. I literally just spray it onto my hand like this, rub it in between my fingers, and work it through all of my hair, even the short ones in the back, because I am going to be blow drying them as well. And then the next thing that I'll do is brush it out. So I'm just going to brush it and part it. I like to part my hair, so I will part it while it's wet. That just makes it so much easier when you're styling it. So first things first, I brush everything back, and then once it is all brushed back, I will part it wherever I want to. Alrighty, so I just literally brush one side kind of towards the back in one end, and then the other side towards the back in the other end. My trick to blow drying hair and making it go the way that you want it to go is to focus on one small section at a time and then move on from there. So I like to start with this section just because it is smaller, there's less hair, and then I do the back, and then I do this front, which is like my main section that I like to make big and poofy and styled. Well, first things first, on your blow dryer, you want to use, like, if you have an extension like this, to make it a little bit more compact and make the air more like concentrated into one little strip. That makes it much easier, also because it's easier to just guide the air, so it doesn't kind of make your hair kind of go all over the place, because once your hair starts drying all over the place, it gets harder to style. So how I initially blow dry my hair is first I'll just blow dry it in the direction that it's going, and then for this side in particular, just to make it go up a little bit, I kind of blow dry underneath, and then not to mess with this section, I literally lay my hand flat on my head so it's protecting all of this hair. So then my trick with blow drying the other side, I'll go over the front of my head because I don't want my baby hairs to be stuck to my forehead. So in order for my baby hairs to go up and be sticking up, I do that first. And then I blow dry my hair after that. So I'm going to blow dry it to make sure it's nice and dry. And then once it is, I actually go the opposite direction. So that's the secret to getting volume and a nice lift in your hair. It's actually to blow dry it the opposite direction that you want it to go in. Alrighty, now that it's all dry, you can see that it's kind of basically already how I want it to be. Now I just got to work on cleaning it up a little bit and helping helping it stay that way. Actually, I only use one product for this, and this is a pomade. All of the hair products that I'm showing you in this video I stole from Alex. These are all the products that he uses, but I will link them all in the description box below. They're actually really good. So this is by the brand Reuzel, and it's just a pomade. It's actually a water-based pomade. So you can get water-based and you can get oil-based. And oil-based will give you that more oily kind of look, like that slick back, greasy kind of look, and then water-based will give you less oily look and actually will prevent your hair from getting as oily. So that way, if you're one of those people like me who goes sometimes 2 to 3 days without washing their hair, just to let their natural oils do their thing, I would highly suggest a water-based pomade. And you really don't need a lot, which is awesome. So what I do at first is I'll literally just take like a teeny little bit, rub it in between my fingers, and first I like to go on my part. So I literally just like to split the hair between the part just to make sure that the part kind of stays its own separate way. Next, I go over the sides and the back just to help them stay flat, stay down. Sometimes if the hair along the sides is getting a little longer, I'll just kind of make it stay back. Then the next thing I do is the back. So sometimes I'll have a few hairs that are kind of, you can tell already over here, they're going a little bit their own direction. So I'll just kind of literally like go have my hands like little claws and just like scratch the back of my head. But I don't want to lose volume either, so I kind of just go. And then last but not least, I work on this main part. So what I like to do first is go over the front here because I don't, like I said, want baby hairs going in front of my face or like flat on my forehead because I feel like that looks weird. And then literally we'll take it and rub it in between my fingers. Then again, I'll just do the bare hands and then just have it kind of all stay there like that. And sometimes I literally will just ruffle it like this too to keep the volume and to keep some texture in my hair. And then with this, you can really work with it as much as you want. So if you don't want it to be as poofy, don't blow dry it in the opposite direction for as long. Then it'll be a little more flat down to your head. But I like to have that volume. I think it's really cute. And then yeah, I'll just play around with it, usually for like a minute until I get what I like. And boom, this is look number 1. Super easy, super quick. Obviously me explaining it took a little longer, but once you get the hang of it, it literally takes me like 2 minutes in the morning and not even. Okay, gotta stay hydrated. It's a lot of work styling hair. Okay, so one thing that I just remembered is yesterday I let my hair air dry, I didn't brush it at all, and my natural part is actually starting to go back to a middle part, so that's what it was when I had long hair. And I'll insert a picture right here, but I look like Dwight from The Office. It's actually quite funny. So you know, with the pixie cut, trying to go for some Scarlett Johansson vibes, but instead I'm getting Dwight from The Office vibes. Alrighty, so hairstyle number 2, it's going to be super similar to the first hairstyle, but this is again for a more cleaned up look. I also find that the products that I'm going to be showing you, this hairstyle does require a few more products. They're really good for day 2, day 3 hair. So if you're like me and you don't wash your hair every day, this is good for helping you get a little bit of extra texture and lift into your hair on the 2nd or 3rd day after washing it. So first things first, to help you get a little bit of extra texture, I use this Frieda Sea Waves salt spray. So this is just like, yeah, like a sea salt spray, and it helps get a little bit of extra texture into your hair. So I'm just going to spray it into my hair. And I'm just gonna work it in a little bit with my hands. Alrighty, and now we're gonna brush the hair back and part it just like in the first hairstyle. Ready, and now we blow dry using the same techniques. Okay, so as you can see, the sea salt spray kind of made my hair a little crazier. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to add some more texture and life into your hair. So the next product that I'm going to be using is by Big Sexy Hair, and it is their Powder Play. This is a volumizing powder. What you do is basically sprinkle this all over your hair and get it in the roots, and it's really going to lift your roots and give you lots of volume. So again, this is kind of like a dry shampoo almost, but it's more for styling rather than hiding your oily scalp. I've heard the trick with this is like, most of them come in like stars. Here, let me see if I can focus it. So most of them come in like this like star shape, and I've heard that like if you don't want to get too much out, you just like literally cover half of it with your finger. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. And then you just kind of, so I got a bunch of it in there, and you just work it in with your fingers. Again, do your little claw hands. So now that it's all voluminous and stuff like that, what I'm gonna do is then again, I'm gonna go in with the Reuzel Pomade and fix up what I want. So I think what I'm gonna do again is just go over the part here. Just make sure the part is more defined. I like the defined part look. And just very gently gonna go over the back and the sides. It's a little more voluminous, so I don't wanna add too much pomade to make it less voluminous, just because I like this voluminous look right now. And then I'm gonna go over the back quick. So I'm getting like this weird front bang vibe. It's cute, it's not for me. Ta-da! So with this look, since you do have more product, it is gonna hold more firmer. So if you go out in the wind or you're going out for the whole entire day and night, your hair is not gonna lose its style as much as it would with the first hairstyle that I showed you that only actually used pomade. Not that my hair is very stiff right now, but it's definitely gonna hold. And if you want extra hold, you can also spray some hairspray on top of this. But as you may have seen, I did kind of blow dry my hair into some bangs, and before you say I should try bangs, I did. I wanted to try bangs my whole life and I never had the guts to, but then when I was shaving my head, when I was losing it, when my hair was falling out, I asked the hairdresser to cut me bangs just so I could see what they would look like, and it's cute, but it's not for me. But that is how I style my pixie cut. So there's two ways, my quick everyday morning one and then my going out in the evening / day 2, day 3 one. Also, I did want to mention that I will now be posting my videos on Sundays instead of Thursdays, so stay tuned every single Sunday for a new video from yours truly. But that is all. So know yourself, know your body, and until next time.
Where you are, I still think of you. I want you coming.